You're probably looking at your new camera going, what the hell do all these numbers do? And what do all these letters mean? And I'm going to talk about one letter in particular on your dial today, that is M, which is manual. And I'm going to tell you what the 3 things that manual uses to control how you can take a photo. First one is shutter speed, second one is f-stop, and third one is film speed, and how all those relate to something called a stop. I'll tell you at the end of the video why I decided to reference a film camera system over a digital system. So shutter speed on a film camera goes up incrementally. Pretty simply, it goes from a 15th of a second, 30th of a second, 60th of a second, 1/25th of a second, 2/50th of a second. If you jump between 30th of a second and a 60th of a second, that is exactly half the amount of light hitting your film, or same with vice versa. If you go from 60th of a second down to a 30th of a second, that's exactly double the light. Very simple system. If you just need a bit brighter, you just double it. If you need it a bit darker, you just half it. I'm not going to get technical about f-stop. So f-stop and aperture are the same thing. Aperture is just the physical hole size. F-stop is the number we assign with the hole size. The higher the number, the smaller the hole. It starts at f4, 5.6, 8, 11, 16. Just like shutter speed, when you jump from one to the other, it either halves it or doubles it. And then the third category, film speed, or ISO. How sensitive your sensor or your film is to light. Starts about ISO 50, goes to about ISO 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1600. And if you guessed that if you jump between one of those two, you'll either double it or half the light that it's sensitive to. With these 3 settings and knowing what they do and being familiar with them, you can basically set up a camera that will work the best in any situation. You can play with it a lot. If you allow the camera to do it, cameras are pretty good at automatic. They'll still never be as good as a well-trained person using it. So how do all these relate to stops? Well, a stop is simply moving from one of those increments to the next one. So it's moving from f8 to f11. That's a single stop. Or in shutter speed, moving from 125th of a second to 2/50th of a second. That's a single stop. And same with film. Everything I said today applies to digital. Why did I not teach this in digital? The issue with digital is that it gave them infinite options between all the stops. You can have a shutter speed of 1/50th or 1/35th, 6/50th of a second. You can have these weird shutter speeds. Along with f-stops, you can have F13 or F9, and they're very small fractions of a stop. This is where a lot of people I've found get very confused with digital cameras, because jumping from F11 to F13 is like, it's just a very small number. I think it's 16th of a stop. It's a very small fraction of a stop. So it's adjusting the light by a very small amount using a digital SLR manually, and they don't really know what's going on. And that's because you're using like F13 or 64th of a second. Those are such small fractions of a stop, it's pretty useless to know them or even use them. That's why I explained it in terms of a film camera. So I put a link down in my pants in order to tell you more about f-stop. You guys should leave comments for my next video. Let me know what you guys want to know and I'll make a video about it. I could cover most photography subjects, and if I don't know it, I'll find it out. Thanks for watching.